The Sullivan brothers, 5 boys: George, Francis, Joseph, Madison, Albert. They were inseparable, a band of brothers bound by an unbreakable tie. Growing up in the small town of Waterloo, Iowa, their days were filled with laughter, mischief, and the unyielding support of family. They were a force of nature, these 5, always together, always there for one another. Their bond, forged in the fires of childhood camaraderie, would be tested in the crucible of war. Little did they know, their names would become synonymous with both extraordinary sacrifice and the devastating consequences of conflict. Their story is one of unwavering unity, of a love so profound that it transcended life itself. It's a tale that echoes through the annals of history, reminding us of the enduring power of brotherhood and the profound impact of their loss on a nation grappling with the horrors of war. In today's episode, we will look into the legacy left behind by the fighting Sullivan brothers and the eerie hauntings which have manifested aboard the warship that is their namesake, the USS The Sullivans. With the outbreak of World War II, a call to arms resonated across the nation. The Sullivan brothers, driven by a sense of patriotic duty and a desire to defend their nation's ideals, decided to enlist. They were steadfast in their resolve to serve together, a testament to their unbreakable bond. They enlisted in the U.S. Navy, a decision driven by the fate of their friend Bill Ball, who was lost aboard the USS Arizona during the attack on Pearl Harbor. Determined to avenge their friend and serve their country, the brothers requested to be assigned to the same ship. Little did they know their request would seal their fate, forever linking their names in the annals of naval history. They were assigned to the USS Juno, a light cruiser destined for the treacherous waters of the Pacific Theater. The USS Juno was a part of Task Force 67, assigned to protect transports carrying much-needed reinforcements and supplies to Guadalcanal. The island had become a brutal battleground in the Pacific War. The Sullivan brothers, along with their shipmates, faced constant danger. On the night of November 12th to 13th, 1942, disaster struck. The Juno, already damaged from an earlier engagement with Japanese warships, was struck by a torpedo from the Japanese submarine I-26. The explosion was catastrophic. The Juno, its hull ripped open, sank rapidly, taking hundreds of men down with her. Among those lost were the 5 Sullivan brothers. The news of their deaths sent shockwaves through their hometown and across the nation. News of the Sullivan brothers' deaths reached the American public on January 12, 1943. The nation was stunned. The loss of 5 brothers in a single incident was a tragedy of unimaginable proportions. The story of the Sullivan brothers, their unity, their sacrifice, and their ultimate fate resonated deeply with the American people. Their story became a tragic symbol of the war's devastating human cost. The Sullivan brothers became national heroes, their sacrifice a solemn reminder of the price of freedom. The legacy, the sole survivor policy. The loss of the Sullivan brothers sent shockwaves through the Navy's high command. Realizing the devastating impact of such a loss on families and the nation's morale, the Navy took unprecedented action. The sole survivor policy was enacted, designed to prevent such a tragedy from ever happening again. The policy stipulated that siblings and other immediate family members serving in the armed forces would be separated and assigned to different units. The goal was to minimize the risk of families suffering multiple losses in combat. The Sullivan brothers' sacrifice led to a significant change in military policy, one that continues to affect the lives of service members and their families today. The USS The Sullivans, a ship of honor. In honor of their sacrifice, the U.S. Navy commissioned a destroyer in their name. the USS The Sullivans, DD 537. Launched in 1943, the ship became a symbol of the Sullivan brothers' legacy, a floating memorial to their courage and sacrifice. USS The Sullivans served with distinction in World War II, the Korean War, and the Vietnam War. Decommissioned in 1965, the USS The Sullivans was transformed into a museum ship in Buffalo, New York, where it continues to educate visitors about the Sullivan brothers' story and the sacrifices made by countless others during times of war. Whispers on the Waves, Tales of the Supernatural. Over the years, numerous reports have surfaced from sailors and visitors aboard the USS The Sullivans, alleging strange and unexplainable phenomena. Some claim to have heard whispers, footsteps, or even laughter echoing through the ship's passageways, particularly around the area where the brothers' berths were located. Others have reported seeing shadowy figures resembling the five brothers, their uniforms seemingly from a bygone era. Although these accounts remain unconfirmed, they add another layer to the legacy of the Sullivan brothers, a ghostly presence that serves as a constant reminder of their sacrifice. A testament to brotherhood and sacrifice. The Sullivan brothers' story is a poignant reminder of the enduring bonds of family and the sacrifices made by those who serve their country. Their legacy lives on, not only in the annals of naval history, but also in the hearts and minds of Americans who continue to honor their memory. A story that continues to inspire and move us, reminding us of the true cost of freedom. This concludes today's episode of the Paranormal Report. If you enjoyed today's episode, please give us a thumbs up and consider subscribing to our channel. It is due to your continued viewership and support that we are able to bring you interesting and informative videos like this. The team here at the Paranormal Report really appreciates your support.